Hello and welcome to Byju's IAS. Let's get started and look into our daily quiz. Let's look into the first question. Consider the following statements with respect to economic survey. The Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, presents the Economic Survey of India in Parliament every year just before the Union Budget. Up to 1964, it was presented along with Union Budget. From 1964 onwards, it has been delinked from the budget. Which of the above statements is or correct? The answer to this is 2 only. Why? Because when you look into the first option, it is not the Department of Financial Services, but instead it is Department of Economic Affairs, which is present in the Finance Ministry, which helps in preparation of the economic survey. This is usually done under the guidance of the Chief Economic Advisor. The second option is right. That is because up until 1964, we did not have a separate provision that budget will be discussed first or the economic survey will be discussed first. Both were integrated with each other. But after 1964 is when we started presentation of economic survey separately away from the budget. So the second option is right, but the first option is wrong. Also remember, when it comes to the economic survey, it usually gives the economic development of the country in the past financial year. It gives us statistics with respect to the agriculture sector, the manufacturing sector, the service sector. So it gives a clear-cut understanding of what has happened in the past 1 year. So this is presented before the budget, usually because the people understand what are the dynamics with respect to the country in a much better way and what progressive steps the government is intending to bring in the next financial year. That is why economic survey becomes very important when it comes to the overall country and its dynamics, and it is also important for all of us who are preparing for the UPSC civil service examination. Why have we taken this practice question? Because of the reference given under this article in the Hindu. Now let's look into the next practice question. Which of the following statements is or correct? The Changtangi or Pashmina goat is a special breed of goat indigenous to the high altitude regions of Ladakh. These goats are generally domesticated and reared by nomadic communities called the Chengpa in the Changtang region of Great Ladakh. Pashmina products have received BIS certification. Which of the statements given here are correct? Since it is asking for the correct statement, the answer to this is 1, 2 and 3. All the statements given here are correct. Remember, when it comes to the Pashmina goat, the wool from this Pashmina goat is comparatively thicker. It is comparatively warmer than the wool that is present in the other sheeps. Also remember, because of this advantage, the Pashmina products were recently given the BIS certification. Why have we taken this practice question? That is because of the reference given under this article. So the minute wool was given BIS certification, it will help curb the adulteration of Pashmina. So it will protect the interest of all the local artisans. It will also make sure that the purity of Pashmina is given to the customers who buy this particular product. Now let's look into the next practice question. With reference to bare necessities index, which of the following statements is or incorrect? Niti Aayog has introduced a new metric to gauge progress on the quality of bare necessities available, such as drinking water, sanitation, shelter, electricity and LPG. A BNI value has a range of 0 to 1, with 0 being the most desirable score and 1 being the least desirable. The bare necessities for the household in 2012 was significantly better compared to 2018. Which of the statements are incorrect? Kindly note, it is asking for the incorrect statement. As a result, the answer to this is 1, 2 and 3. Why are all the 3 statements incorrect? That is because this was not released by Niti Aayog, but instead the Finance Ministry in its economic survey of 2020 and 21 has come up with what is called as the bare necessity index. This has a criteria and it is based on drinking water, sanitation, shelter, electricity and LPG. So what is this bare necessities index? As the very name denotes, it takes into picture the state as well as the union territories. Is there improvisation when it comes to these necessities? This will be calculated and ultimately statistics are provided under the bare necessities index. When it comes to the second option, it is wrong once again. That is because 0 here represents the least desirable, and one here represents the most desirable score. The bare necessities index for the year 2012 was comparatively backward, but now it has improvised in the year 2018. So we have three important colors that we have to look at. One is green, the other is yellow, the finally what we have is red. In case there are states which have done comparatively better, they will have a scoring of about 0.70. In case their scoring is between 0.50 and 0.70, it falls under the yellow category, and finally if it is less than 0.50, it will fall under the red category. So this is marked in the year 2012, this is in the year 2018. So what we see is a major transformation and improvement when it comes to the bare necessities index. So we have states like Kerala, Gujarat and many other states which have improved over a period of time. That is why the third statement is also wrong, because in 2012 it was comparatively backward, but in 2018 it has improved over a period of time. Why have we taken this practice question? Because of the reference given under this article. Now let's look into the next practice question. Which of the following statements about Red Fort are correct? The Red Fort was constructed by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. Diwan-e-Am housed the emperor's wives and mistresses. The Red Fort complex is one of the cultural UNESCO World Heritage Sites in India. Its design is credited to architect Miraq Mirza. Which of the statements here are correct? The answer to this is 1 and 3 only. Why? When it comes to the second statement, when you're looking at Diwan-e-Am, basically this was not housing the wives and the mistresses, but instead it was a place where all the public gatherings used to happen. Kings used to hear the grievances of the people, so all the commoners in that particular region used to enter this particular area, and the grievances were housed in Diwan-e-Am. So you have the emperor who comes up, you have the people who stay in this particular area, and these people discuss their grievances with the king. That is what is called as Diwan-e-Am. We have another place called as Rang Mahal. Rang Mahal is the place where it houses the emperor's mistresses. And the fourth statement is again wrong. That is because the architect is not Miraq Mirza, but instead it is Ustad Ahmad Lohari, who happened to have constructed even Taj Mahal during that particular period. Why have we taken this practice question? Because of the reference given under this article in the Indian Express newspaper. Now let's look into the next practice question. Consider the following pairs. We have the newspaper or the journal and the founder of this newspaper. Prabuddha Bharata, Ramakrishna Order, started by Swami Vivekananda. Mook Nayak by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji. Indian Mirror by Devendranath Tagore ji, and New India by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi ji. Which of the above pairs are correctly matched? The answer to this is 1, 2 and 3. Why? That is because New India was not by M.K. Gandhi, but instead it was by Annie Besant. Why have we taken this practice question? Because of the reference given in the PIB article. So kindly note, we have number of newspapers, their founders and the name as well. This becomes very important from your preliminary examination point of view. When it comes to Mahatma Gandhi, it was not New India, but it was Young India. Young India along with Navjeevan and Harijan were the newspapers that were started by M.K. Gandhi. When it comes to New India, it was Annie Besant who went ahead with this particular newspaper journal, where she went on to address the key difficulties, the issues surfacing the Indian freedom struggle. Now let's look into the next practice question. In which one of the following groups are all the four countries members of G20? Argentina, Mexico, South Africa, Turkey. Then we have the second option, Australia, Canada, Malaysia and New Zealand. Third option, Brazil, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Vietnam. Fourth option, Indonesia, Japan, Singapore and South Korea. The answer to this is Argentina, Mexico, South Africa and Turkey. This is a previous year question that was asked in the year 2020, which is why it becomes very important for us to know which are the countries which are present in key groupings. It can be G20, it can be SCO, it can be Gulf Cooperation Council or any of the key groupings that is present when it comes to the world affairs. We have to remember the countries. Now let's look into the fact of the day. The fact of the day today is with respect to the core industries. What are these core industries? When you look into the core industries, we have the fertilizers, refinery products, electricity, natural gas, steel, cement, crude oil and coal. Why is it called as core industries? That is because when you look into all these core industries, they will have a link to every other industry in India. In case there are changes in any of these industries, this will have an impact felt on other industries as well. So it is core in nature because of the likely impact on general economic activity as well as the industrial activity. But how do we remember all these 8 core industries? We have a code as well, and that is what is called as French C3. So what is this here? We have F, which stands for fertilizers. Then we have refinery products for R, E for electricity, N for natural gas, and S for steel. The C3 stands for cement, crude, as well as oil and coal. When it comes to the index of the core industries, this is compiled and released by the Office of the Economic Advisor, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, which is within the fold of Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Do remember, it can be very important when it comes to your preliminary examination. The 8 core industries comprise about 40.27% of the weight when it comes to the index of the industrial production. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. All the best.